Would you ever do a hair versus hair match? You know.
Yeah, if I got paid 20 grand to do it.
Okay. Which means you would lose.
If I had to lose, I'd cut my hair for 20,000.
Now you know most promotions claim that they do not pay for that type of deal. Jimmy Cornette said that basically he was told if you want to be involved in this feud for the next 6 months, when he was working for Watts down in Louisiana, you're going to get a diaper put on your ass and you're going to get your hair shaved. He never got not a dollar. Jimmy Valiant once told the Jarrett Welch promotion that if he got a brand new Cadillac and a full tank of gas, that he would lose his hair. So we're talking, God, I don't know what the Cadillacs were in the 50s, not the 50s, but the 70s. But at least,
I'm not the first one to pull that.
You're not the first one to pull that, no. But I would say it was at least a $20,000-$30,000 transaction there for a Cadillac in the 70s.
Yeah.
And so that's what he wanted. And by the way, he never lost his hair. So that transaction never came to be. Bill Dundee lost his hair, and I don't recall him getting anything for it. So apparently people are not willing to pay that 20 grand for people to lose. My son lost his hair. You know what he got? Oh. He got $180, what they caught raffling off his hair at the end of the night.
Oh my gosh.
$180. And
they gave better than $0, right? I've cut my hair before for spending money. I spent money to cut it. So
now do you
free haircut?
Do you
$180?
Do you wear it the way you do because of your dad, or just kind of just is how you like it?
Mullets are a functional decision. My trainer Lance Storm told me.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said it keeps the hair out of your eyes, and you can.
Well, it'll do that. It gives you the long hair out of your eyes. I can argue with that.
Selling and stuff, you know.
Well, it worked for Ricky Morton. I'm sure you're familiar with Ricky Morton.
Yeah, it's working for me. It's very over. My haircut's very over. So.
I don't even call that a mullet for some reason. It's beyond a mullet.
It's a mullet.
So
I don't know.
So
and then there's this hair on this asshole. So go ahead.
Hey, come on now, my hair.
Boy, you're really killing this show. When the camera goes to you, can you imagine? I mean, you got me, and then you got Brian, and then you.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, dead weight. You're dead weight.
Terrible. I know.
Go ahead.
So now of course I do refereeing, so I've been getting involved with when you do shows with people and you can get advice from them.
You do referees. Isn't that a private thing?
No. I'm talking about anyways. You always like to spin it, Kenny.
He does referees, Brian. It wasn't you coming out of the closet. It was my host.
So what I was going to ask though, besides of course Lance Storm, I know you kind of elaborated on a little bit, but is there anybody that you've got the best advice from working with that just that you can say that every time I work with them, they always give me solid advice, or they gave me this best advice a year ago or whatever it was?
Yeah, I mean it was really nice being able to wrestle with Tommy Dreamer and getting that veteran kind of advice. Every time I run into Cody Rhodes, I never wrestle him, but if I see him at a convention or a show, he always imparts, an important, I'll always have I'll have a golden question for Cody Rhodes, and he'll answer that one question.
I love Cody. He was,
and then our meeting is over, and then he'll be like, "All right, young man,
he was
go on about your day,"
He was really a class act with us at OVW. Cody's one of the ones I think probably higher of than most that was ever at OVW. Never managed. Yeah. I don't even think I feuded with him. I think I was primarily doing commentary by the time Cody got here. Maybe a little bit managing, but he was always the babyface.
He's definitely impacted my career with the very few interactions I've had with him as far as the advice he's given me. So
has a beautiful wife too. No complaints about that.
Yeah. And it's what more do you want in life, than a hot wife, a bunch of money, and and go on a boat and do a boat show. I want to be booked on the boat next time.
Favorite match ever in WWE, being that I'm sure that's probably primarily what you saw in your teenage years on up. What would you say was your favorite match you ever saw?
Well, I gotta say, my favorite match ever. You know what I really liked? I really liked my favorite match ever, though. Well, that's a big one. That's a tough one.
I'm making you think on it a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't want to like say an answer and then be like, "Oh, that's stupid," like.
Well, I'll jumpstart you. Mine was Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk in Memphis on the empty Coliseum match. That's one of they showed up to an empty Memphis Mid-South Coliseum. I remember Lance Russell going 12,000 empty seats, and all they had in there was a cameraman, Lance Russell, a referee to stop the fight, and Lawler and Funk, and that was it. And it was called the Empty Coliseum match, and then of course that night later on in the Mid-South Coliseum they had another match. So,
oh wow,
yeah, but that was something else.
Good question right here. Did align yourself with Teddy Hart worry you because of his reputation?
It's a good question. So I've kind of grown up to understand how to read people, and I was in my own sort of neighborhood where people were more or less had a reputation, right? So, but I knew Teddy. I knew Teddy was he cleaned up his act. I could tell when I met him. I met him a few times early in my career. Actually, my very first tag team match, I tagged with Teddy in New Jersey for DJ Hyde. So I was already getting a little bit of a taste. And like I said, I know how to handle that environment. I know if anything's gonna go wrong, I can sense it. So I sense nothing but love from Teddy. I sense nothing but positive, pure energy, pure wrestling energy. He truly doesn't wrestle for the money. It's not about that for him. He wrestles for the pop. He wrestles for when he goes through that curtain. He wrestles for the people. He wrestles for the people, and he does what they want to see. And he always delivers. And sometimes it is hard to work with him. Sometimes you're on set and he's not listening to what the directors are saying quite, and goes off on his own tangent. It's all about Teddy. I've never even seen him get pinned. He's one of those guys. He respects the ring. He doesn't want to lose a match. He understands.
Teddy
Perception of everything.
Teddy was here.
He's the most passionate wrestler I've probably ever met. He's probably seen more wrestling matches than anybody. He's a true master of the art. And if somebody's got a few vices that hold him back, but they're a true master of the art, and I can still learn from him, then I'm still going to learn from him, and we can get past whatever he's had to get past in the past.
Teddy was here in OVW for a short period of time, and I remember that we had a night in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I don't know why I remember it, but I do. And Teddy come up to me. He says, "Kenny, I need to ask you for some good advice, man. I keep screwing up. I keep getting the heat. Nobody likes me, and I really need some good advice from you." So I said, "Really?" I said, "You're actually going to take advice from me?" I said, "I can give you some." So we went over and we sat down on a bench, and we must have talked for 30 minutes. And I gave him the advice that I thought would help him and would get him where he needed to be. He absolutely used none of it, went back to doing the shit he was doing, and he was gone in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's going to do what he wants to do anyway.
I mean, I like him. He's a good guy. But yeah, if you've never seen him get pinned, that is not a good thing. It's kind of hard to get over and get the storylines over if the one guy never ever gets pinned. We pretty much know the finish of the match when it starts.